Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel CompLang. In this video, we will see what is language, what is computer language, and history of C programming language. Before starting with C programming language, we will see what is language. Language is used for the communication purpose. Suppose one person want to communicate with another person, he can use traditional languages such as English, Marathi, Kannada, Hindi, French, German, etc. So communication means basically one person is giving instruction to another person by using any one of the known language which both can understand easily. But what if a person want to give instructions or want to communicate with the computer or any machine? The important thing is that computer cannot understand human languages like English, Marathi, Hindi, Kannada, etc. So now we will see what is computer language. So if you want to communicate with the computer, you have to learn computer language. To communicate with computer, you have to give instructions to the computer by using computer languages. There are number of computer languages available to communicate with the computer, such as C, C++, Java, Python, .NET, etc. So the main objective to learn computer language is to communicate with the computer or any electronic machine. C language is a programming language. By using C language, we can create the instruction. So the instruction required to make communication with the computer are created using C language. So what is source code? A single instruction or set of instructions that are used to communicate with the computer are called as source code. By using C language, when you create number of instructions in a file, it is considered as source code. What is program? A collection of source code is called as program. So if you combine number of source codes, it is considered as program. Your program can have a single source code or number of source codes which are combined in a single program. What is software? A collection of program is called as software. So if you combine number of programs, we can create software. So basically all the softwares which we use will have number of programs. So by using C language, we can create any kind of software. So basically C language is used to create software. So by using C language, we can create instructions. A set of instructions can be used to create source code. A set of source code can be used to create program. Then a set of programs can be used to create software. So basically by using C language, you can create any kind of software. Softwares are used to tell a computer what to do by using instructions. Examples of softwares are Microsoft Office, Google Apps, Adobe Photoshop, web browser like Google Chrome, Firefox, Safari, etc. Now we will see history of C language. The Fortran is the first programming language created by John Backus and his teammates in 1957 at IBM. The Fortran stands for Formula Translation. The main purpose of creating this language is for mathematical and scientific calculation. The next language, COBOL, is invented by Grace Hopper in 1959 at Codicil Organization. The COBOL stands for Common Business Oriented Language. The main purpose of creating this language is for business applications and softwares. Those softwares were similar to Tally and GST calculation softwares which we are using nowadays. The third language is created by International Group in 1960 at SFIT, that is Swiss Federal Institution of Technology. The ALGOL stands for Algorithm Language. It was created to avoid the problem faced in Fortran. So all these languages can perform only one task. So to perform multiple tasks in single language, CPL is created by University of Cambridge and University of London in 1960. The CPL stands for Combined Programming Language, but this language came up with some issues. So to solve these issues, BCPL is created by Martin Richard in 1967 at University of Cambridge. The BCPL stands for Basic Combined Programming Language. It was created to solve difficulties faced in CPL. But even this language was also came up with issues. So the next language, that is B, is created by Ken Thompson in 1970 at Bell Labs. So the first character from the previous language BCPL is taken to give the name B language. Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie were working together for developing Unix operating system, and for that Ken Thompson introduced the language B. When they tried to use the B language in higher version, it wasn't able to utilize all features. So for that, C language is created by Dennis Ritchie in 1972 at Bell Labs. Dennis Ritchie is also called as father of C programming language. It is just a higher version of B language. C programming language had the powerful future of all the previous languages. To give the respect to the BCPL language, the second character from the BCPL is taken to give the name C language. C programming language was designed for programming in the Unix operating system. After the creation of C, the whole Unix OS was rewritten using C language. C programming language became very popular at that time. So looking at the popularity of C language, Brian Kerrigan and Dennis Ritchie wrote a book together on C programming language in 1978, and the name given is K and RC. K and RC taken from both the scientist's name and C from C language. So after C language, multiple versions of C language was created, and most of the people were using the older version. So they wanted to standardize this version. In 1982, a committee was formed by ANSI, that is American National Standards Institute, to standardize the C language. Finally, in 1989, the standard for C language was introduced, known as ANSI C, which was again updated in 1990, which is approved by ISO. ISO means International Standard Organization, and the name given is ANSI C or ISO C. After this version in 1999, the next version is introduced with additional features, and the name given is C99. In 2011, the features which were not working properly in C99 were corrected. A new version is introduced, that is C11. Similarly, in 2018, problem faced in C11 were solved, and the new version, that is C18, is created, that is C18 is created.